All right, major breaking news coming out of our nation's capital. President Joe Biden's future in politics may now officially be in question. This is all according to a brand new report that just dropped from the New York Times. The president reportedly telling a key ally, who's not named, he is deciding whether to continue his re-election campaign. Biden reportedly saying he knows he may not be able to salvage his candidacy if he cannot convince the public in the coming days that he is up for the job after a disastrous debate performance last week. Again, that according to an anonymous source speaking to the New York Times on this, on the condition of anonymity. Again, Biden telling a key ally he's deciding whether he could continue his re-election campaign. More on that in a moment. Thanks so much for tuning into the third hour of National Report. I'm Sean Kreisman.
And I'm Emma Reckenberg. Thanks for joining us today. On tap for the president's schedule is a meeting tonight with high-profile Democratic governors about his campaign's future. In fact, yesterday, it was Democratic Congressman Lloyd Doggett of Texas becoming the first member to publicly call on the president to step aside. There's been plenty of concerns from other Democratic leaders about the strength of the president's campaign. Our congressional correspondent, Kilmeny Duchardt, has been tracking it all for us. She joins us live from the Capitol. Kilmeny, good morning.
And then, Sean, good morning. Good to be with you. A lot of this reporting that we've been talking about and digging into is just simply happening behind the scenes. So when the New York Times puts out an article saying that President Biden has told a key ally that he knows he may not be able to salvage his campaign and he's going to be waiting and seeing over the next few days how the weekend goes, how that big interview with George Stephanopoulos goes with ABC, that would certainly coincide with a lot of the other reports that we're seeing right now. But this is about if he can convince voters to stay in the race. But a lot of House Democrats are saying right now, you haven't convinced us. Many of these members have been waiting for President Biden to reach this own conclusion that he needs to drop out of the race. And there's been a frustration as the president digs in here. It's interesting to hear this timeline, this weekend timeline, to see what happens and what evolves over the holiday weekend when, again, he engages on the campaign trail. But the silence coming from the White House has been deafening for a lot of House members. We know that President Biden had reportedly engaged in a phone call with Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on Tuesday night, but it's not clear if that conversation has done anything to quell fears from House Democrats. Democratic Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez expressing her doubts about the general election.
We all saw what we saw. You can't undo that. And, the truth, I think, is that Biden is going to lose to Trump. I know that's difficult, but I think the damage has been done by that debate.
A Democratic Congressman Jared Golden, who represents Maine's 2nd congressional district, just published this stunning op-ed where he states Donald Trump is going to win, and I'm okay with that. Golden says, I refuse to participate in a campaign to scare voters with the idea that Trump will end our democratic system. Now, on Tuesday, Democratic Congressman Lloyd Doggett officially became the first lawmaker to call on President Biden to step aside. Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin was asked what he thought about that decision.
There will be lots of discussion and lots of people weighing in. And I know this is a moving target. It's got to happen quickly. But I can guarantee you, Chris Hayes, there will be massive unity and focus on that task when we get to the end of this process. And it's happening very quickly, I think.
Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin and others seem reluctant to hitch their wagon to the president. Her campaign just announced that she will not be appearing with President Biden in Madison, Wisconsin on Friday. As for the 25 members right now, reportedly, Sean and Emma, that are considering calling on President Biden to step down, but they've been giving him space to try to reach this conclusion himself. We're keeping a close eye on that. And the bigger fear there is that if he's at the top of this ticket, that is going to amount to huge losses for the party in November.